With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight.
But those who worship evil's might,
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And it's going to be bananas tonight, kids, because we're talking JLApe. Well, basically just the JLA Annual, which is number 3, and the Green Lantern Annual, number 8. And then, of course, we'll throw you a... It's not poop, but we'll throw you something better. Green Lantern number 117. I mean, unless you wanted to... I mean, I didn't read them, but I was going to say, well, we can always come back. I can wait until you read all... I think it's 8 issues of JLA.
All right, man. All right.
It's basically the JLA Annual, and then each of the big 7 gets their own annual.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that Batman did not seem to get apified.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Will.
Batman, my favorite character.
Starting out of the box. Okay.
Right.
Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
Because he's immortal, Will. He's invincible. He's immortal. He's Bat-God.
He's Bat-God.
That's the drop we need from Ray. Oh, you people and your Bat-God.
But yeah, these were an interesting... I mean, I'm all about Goofy. I love Goofy, but this wasn't played... This was played gritty. You know, this was war. This was not goofy and fun. This was... And I don't even... Did you look up how it ended? I forgot how it ended.
No. I mean, I know it ends in the Martian Manhunter Annual. I don't know if I've even ever read that one. But, I mean, I read a few of these, like these 2 tonight I've read the Batman one. I've read the Flash one. I can't remember if Superman I read. I can't remember if I read these Aquaman or Wonder Woman ones. I'm pretty sure I didn't. For some reason, Will, I didn't feel this burning need to, like, finish this story.
I'm curious because I don't think Solivar's dead.
I think he is. I think he might be, unless New 52 changed that or something. Because I mean, like right before she left, Lilith and I did a episode on like 3 issues of the Jeff Johns Flash, and like Solivar was still dead. And what year was that? That might have been. Was it early 2000s? It was like around this Flash 192 or something like that. So. I mean, Solivar was still dead, but like I said, with New 52 and everything, I don't know if that's changed. Okay. I can't remember his... But yeah, he had some kind of like son or nephew or something.
Yeah, he took over in the JLA Annual.
Because I'm trying to remember, they kept Solivar dead for a while.
Okay, well, cool. Yeah, I'm looking for an explanation. Let's see. There's the JLA DC database. There we go.
What are you looking up, Solivar?
Looking up Martian Manhunter, Annual number 2. JLApe, Part 8 of 8, Fear and Loathing on the Planet of the Apes.
Oh my, somebody pulled something with those puns.
Okay, this page is missing a well-written and detailed synopsis. Thank you so much. Okay, there you go. It ends there. That's all I know.
Okay, here we go. I mean, again, spoilers, kids, but no, in this story, I mean, the story kind of starts. This story starts with Solivar's death, but He was originally, Olgo takeover, but I don't know, was he corrupt? But yes, he eventually is succeeded by his son, Namdi, Nnamdi.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And his nephew is there right now, during the JLApe event.
That's right. During Blackest Night, I think, is it Blackest Night Flash or something? Solivar comes back as Black Lantern.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Cool.
Maybe we should squeeze that in when we do Blackest Night next year. Oh. Zombie Gorilla.
Zombie Gorillas. That's awesome.
But yes, I thought I remembered this. Yes, New 52 brought Solivar back. So
okay.
he is the founder and first ruler of Gorilla City during New 52, regarded as the forefather of his species. He, his herd, and his family had been around during the apex of the Mayan civilization, just moments before its abrupt destruction by a metaphysical force. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Speed Force stuff going on during New 52. So.
Well, it kind of sprung from the Speed Force, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't see how it ended. So you know what? I've lost my caring for it. It just ends somehow.
I mean, we'll pretty much get into it, but it's like you say, everyone except for like Batman gets apified in the JLA Annual, and then it seems like in everybody's solo books they find different ways to like get unapified.
Okay.
Like, I mean, we'll get the Green Lantern, but I think Superman might have flown into space at some point and got like a solar, basically got like some pure
solar energy,
big shot of solar.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. It's been so many years since I read The Flash, but I think it might have been Speed Force or something.
And this wasn't Wally. This was Wallace, right?
Walter.
Okay.
Yes.
Dang it. I knew it was something because he was from a parallel Earth or from...
Yes. Parallel Earth. Yeah, he was a Wally over there, one who had lost his Linda. Linda had been killed. And then, like regular Wally and Linda came to his Earth, and he thought they were killed by Kadabra, who attacked him and was like blasting him with lightning, and like his healing factor kept blah blah blah. So then he looked older than regular Wally, and when he thought our Wally was dead, he raced to regular DC and was like filling it, which was weird because in the JLA Annual, again, we'll get there, but it's like they were playing him like he was regular Wally, like, with the sense of humor and stuff. And I'm like, no, this guy was pretty dark. He wasn't.
Yeah. And was this after the Morrison run on? Because Morrison took over from Wade for about a year.
Yeah, this is when Wade came back. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, this was like, he popped out of he first appeared, I think it was like 150 or something. Yeah, Morrison took over. Yeah. This was when Wade came back the first. All right. I was going to say, I don't think we have any Green Lantern news, do we? I think Dark Crisis 4 is out this week. I haven't got it yet. I'll pick it up tomorrow and let you know if there's any Green Lantern stuff. I haven't seen any headlines for that yet, so.
Yeah, okay, well.
Flashpoint Beyond kind of stole the headlines. Every headline I've seen so far today is like, they reveal the Joker's true name. I'm like, really?
Who cares?
We're doing this again?
Jack Napier? Sorry.
No, I forget. They said it was something. It was Jack, and then there's a middle name in the middle, and it's like White.
Okay.
It was Jack something White. And I forget. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, didn't he start a band?
Didn't they learn anything from Wolverine Origin?
I know. Do we have to know every second of every character's past? Really?
Yeah. I mean, one of the great things about the Joker is you don't know who he is.
I know.
The Joker. It doesn't matter who he was. All that matters is who he is.
Exactly.
Whatever. And there's 3 of them. Sorry.
Whatever. I don't know, man. They've been pretty silent on that since the end of that series. I think they were like, "You love the Joker, you're gonna get 3 of them," and everyone's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. I still don't understand that story. It's like, was Joker like dousing people, making copies of them? I'm like, what? Is that what happened? I don't know. I'm confused. And then I was like, oh, wait, so one Joker killed Jason, so you could say, so if another Joker survived, I don't know.
Don't understand.
Drink too much of that Gotham water.
Yeah. Don't drink the Gotham water. Everybody knows that.
Exactly.
And don't eat the Joker fish.
Oh! All right. So should we jump into these?
Yeah, it's almost like a Guy Gardner issue, isn't it?
No, we don't even have that much news to like drag it out. All right. Like I said, I have a synopsis for the JLA Annual and the Green Lantern 117. So, all right. So yes, JLApe starts in JLA Annual number 3 from September 1999. Oh, God. JLA Part 1 of 8, Guerrilla Warfare.
Which is okay. I like the title. I
Yeah.
mean, it's clever.
Writer Len Kaminsky, penciler Jason Orfalas, Orfalas. I never heard of him. I mean, the pencils were fine, I thought, but yeah, I never heard of him. Inker Jordy Ensign, colorist Jason Wright and Heroic Age, letterer Kurt Hathaway, and editors Tony Bedard and Dan Raspler.
I think my favorite part of this issue was when Kyle was like, nope, I'm not going to say anything. Nope, I'm not going to mention it. No, I'm not. You're freaking ape.
I know! King Solivar of Gorilla City petitions the United Nations for membership as a sovereign nation. Upon arriving in New York, however, to address the General Assembly, a car bomb destroys his limousine, killing him. An organization known as the Human Supremacy Movement claimed responsibility for the attack. In Gorilla City, Solivar's council seat is taken up by his successor, the Prince Regent, Olgo. The members of the Inner Circle of the Simian Scarlet call for a full war between the apes and the humans. Noted members of the Simian Scarlet include Admiral Trafalgo, General Zolog, and Grimm, with 2 M's. They are all being subconsciously manipulated by the telepathic prowess of Gorilla Grodd.
It's an ape story about Gorilla City. Who do you think the villain is?
I am God.
Need an R in there. Grodd. I know. They'd be like, oh, hey, it's in Quard. I wonder who the villain is. It's a Green Lantern story set in the antimatter universe of Quard. I wonder who the villain is.
I don't know. It could be anybody.
I know. The United States government sends the JLA to act as intermediaries between apes and humanity. They believe that Aquaman and Wonder Woman's roles as monarchs should help pave the way for a diplomatic accord. They arrive on the mainland of Gorilla City and are immediately attacked by the city's militia. One soldier launches a gorilla bomb that transforms the JLA members into apes. Their personalities begin to change to match their physiques, and they begin shouting, "Death to the humans!" The Martian Manhunter's telepathy enables him to maintain his true demeanor, and he manages to get them back to the JLA watchtower. Yeah, man, that's some pretty fancy science if you can change a Martian, a Kryptonian, it's also working on Amazon, and Atlantean, and Walter West is, still a human, superpowered, but still, but yeah, you're working with a lot of physiologies here, and you managed to change them all, so.
Yeah. Apes are cool, man, but.
Yeah. And I get that, maybe his, default form has been transformed into a gorilla, but couldn't Jean just shapeshift to make himself look normal?
I would think so.
I could get still wanting the cure, just for his, regular state, but I'm just don't you think he could shapeshift?
But his telepathic voice sounded gravelly.
Yeah. At the watchtower, Batman and Green Lantern, having not accompanied their teammates to Gorilla City, are the only ones unaffected by the gorilla bomb gas. Batman and Jean begin running tests in the hopes of finding a way to reverse engineer the process. I love when Batman just gets between Superman, just gets in front of Superman, and Cal's like, that was pretty brave, and Batman's just like, no, he's like, what do you do, some alpha male thing, just
yeah. He goes, oh, so it wasn't stupid, it was just crazy. Yeah, Kyle actually gets some pretty good lines. I do love that scene where he comes in and he goes, they're all apes. He's thinking that they're rat. This has got to be a rather than the rookie thing or something. So I'm not going to say anything. And they're just talking about, yeah, we got to do this. And finally, you're all apes.
Yeah, I know. John flies off to the American Southwest to consult with Animal Man, but Buddy's ties to the anthropomorphic field have made him mentally unstable. Too much Grant Morrison.
From like 10 years before, you know?
Returning
Which
to...
is actually a really, really good run. I mean, Morrison's run on Animal Man is amazing. And it's so weird. It's so good. It's so good.
I know.
Wild like an animal.
Thank you, Russell, Justin's co-host. Returning to the Watchtower, John finds several JLApe members fighting over the right to mate with Wonder Woman. Oh, this is when Batman steps in.
Yeah.
Jean uses telepathic meditation techniques on all of them to get them to calm down. Meanwhile, Olgo, the Prince Regent, and his entourage arrive at the United Nations building. He addresses the General Assembly and openly declares war on the human race. His soldiers fire gorilla bombs into the crowd and instantly transform the council members into apes. The JLA arrive and begin fighting the gorillas. The Martian Manhunter has cobbled together something that can turn them back to normal, but there isn't enough to transform both the JLA and the General Assembly. The JLApe agree that innocent civilians are more important, and John activates the device. Everyone in the UN building revert to normal, but the JLA are still apes. Batman is concerned that John is holding something back from him. Changes cannot be brought against Olgo as he has claimed diplomatic immunity.
And Kyle gets transformed.
Yes. When they gas the UN, they gas Kyle too, because we missed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know John says he's worried about Cal because, Cal didn't get the mental treatments the rest of them got. So thoughts? I'm just looking at the list of characters here. Oh, yeah, we get a quick appearance by Bill Clinton.
Yeah. No, I think my favorite part was that Kyle part, and because they were playing it for, kind of for some laughs. But the rest of this is not played for laughs at all. It's played super serious. It's war. I mean, it's pretty gritty and kind of dark in some places,
Yeah, I know. Oh man, there's all kinds of notes on this. All right, Animal Man's ramblings reveal that he has consciously broken the fourth wall and is aware that he is a character in a comic book. At one point, he mutters to himself, "Oh God, I'm important to the plot."
Yeah.
Cal Rayner's quote, "It's a madhouse," is taken from actor Charlton Heston's famous line from the 1968 film Planet of the Apes. Flash compares Jean's meditation techniques to a Vulcan mind meld. Specifically, he refers to the Star Trek Voyager episode Meld, wherein the resident Vulcan Tuvok performs a mind meld with a psychopathic Bajoran named Lon Suter.
Yep. I remember that episode.
I was like, yes, Voyager. The UN ambassadors of Fredonia and Sylvania in their fight are references to the movie Duck Soup.
Oh, okay. That's way...
That's an old reference, kids.
That's an old reference. I didn't even get that one.
That's black and white, kids. But I'm just like, the JLA kind of gave up kind of easy, didn't they, about getting cured? Oh, we got to cure the UN. Oh, I guess there's no hope for us. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Again, they show in their, I guess we got to drag this out through 8 annuals, but I'm like,
yeah.
They all kind of on their own find ways to transform,
Yeah. There's lots of different ways to do it, apparently.
Or maybe we could try to cure them all with the way Cal cures himself in the Green Lantern Annual coming up.
With his magic wishing ring?
Yes. Seriously. You could take, again, Will's new favorite thing. He contained a supernova. You don't think he can reset some DNA? Yeah, come on. Gorilla Dirty Bomb. Come on.
Damn dirty apes.
Again, yeah, it's not Daryl Banks or anything, but I didn't think the art was bad on this.
The art was fine. It's just it was an okay story. It wasn't.
They were really working to make the plot work.
Yeah.
But then all the Gorilla City targets, all the Gorillas targets, Themyscira, Atlantis, Central City, Metropolis. Okay, I get all this. But then at least they didn't say Gotham. They said Bloodhaven. It's like, okay, at least we're switching up. So I'm trying to remember. I think Nightwing does show up in that Batman annual.
There's,
that's where that Grimm shows up. So it's basically like gangsters, but they're
gorillas.
I mean, at least I forget. It's been so long since I read that one, but I think I remember that one being one of the most fun ones, just because it was like, Batman's still normal, but it's like gangster gorillas and stuff.
Gangster gorillas.
But yes, kids. I mean, yeah, we're only going to do this one in the Green Lantern Annual. But yes, Part 2 was the Batman Annual 23. Part 3 was Aquaman Annual. What was that? 5. Wonder Woman Annual 8 was Part 4. Flash Annual 12 was Part 5. Superman Annual 11, Part 6. Green Lantern, which we're about to get to. Green Lantern Annual 8 was Part 7, and then it all, like Will said, wrapped up in Martian Manhunter Annual number 2.
Did Arthur Adams do the covers for all of these? Maybe.
I can't remember. Maybe did he do the cow one too?
I can't remember.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did do the cow one. Yeah, I'm looking right at it. Yeah, So he might have, because he did this. Did he? Yeah, he did the JLA and Green Lantern one. So I'm assuming he might have.
I bet you he did all 8 of them then.
Nice.
Very cool. Because Arthur Adams.
Any other thoughts on this one, or should we move on to the Green Lantern one?
I'm ready to move on.
And I pulled out all my floppies tonight because while 117 was on the DC Universe Infinite app, for some reason these JLApe annuals were not on the app.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Huh.
I'm like, really? I'm like, again, that Nazi annual's on the app, but these aren't on the app. And again, it's not a bad story. It's not the deepest story, but why wouldn't you have these on there?
I'm going to have to put that Nazi story up there as one of the worst stories that we've read for Green Lantern, which is saying a lot, right?
We did that this year, right? The Nazi annual?
I think so.
Yeah. You know what? That's what we should do at the end of every year, like maybe the last episode of the year. We should just be like, what was your least favorite issue this year? And you know what? I guarantee you we're probably going to be in agreement this year.
And then we're going to have to figure out what our favorite one was.
Oh, well, I know next year what your favorite's going to be.
There's 6 of them.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say maybe issue 6 because he decks Batman.
Well,
that'll be Ray's favorite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it in 6 where Parallax says fall? Why won't you fail? And Hal basically says, I don't know how. I just like, boy.
All right, kids. All right. All right. So yeah, let's get to this Green Lantern Annual 8.
Okay, and we were talking about this before we went live, but I found this one really difficult to read.
Yes.
And I think part of it was the lettering was weird, but also the art was kind of dark and a little bit muddy, I thought. So, this one was just a hard read for me. Physically hard.
Yeah, well, did you read it digitally? I mean, some of these pages are kind of dark, but I mean, if it's digitized, it might even be a little darker too. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dark colors in this, especially some of the space stuff and a lot of apes in space. There are some dark pages on here.
Well, and it also has the metal men, but this was with Doc being a metal man.
Yes.
Which is weird, and they totally undid it later. Thank goodness.
Oh, and we got Alan and Guy in this one too.
That's true. He did get some Guy Gardner action.
Well, that's kind of what we said, right? It's kind of like, after his book was done, until Rebirth, he's just showing up in place, like he shows up here.
I mean, but he actually had, lines and stuff.
Yeah.
So, he was not just a background character, blowing crap up. So he was a character that was speaking and blowing crap up.
Exactly. All right, let me do the credits. Green Lantern Annual Volume 3, number 8, October 1999, Grunts. That could work more ways than one.
Yeah.
Writer Keith Giffen.
Okay.
Penciler Octavio Cariello. Inker Jordy Ensign. Colorist Digital Chameleon. And letterer Kevin Bruzenik. And is there an editor? Because I don't see an editor. Kevin Dooley. All right. So, like I said, I don't have a synopsis for this one. So, what else do you think about this issue? Well, we got Metal Men. We got... Yeah, so basically, Cal's basically gone ape. Yeah, he's basically working, as like a lowly, as a lowly soldier or whatever with these gorillas.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's still got a working power ring, they're just like, oh yeah, you're
trinket.
Yes, you're basically just another cannon fodder soldier.
Yeah, a grunt.
Exactly. See, kids? Well, they're like, oh yeah, he's still a primate at heart, Space Marine.
Yeah, Gorilla City has a space program. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. Cool.
Hey man, they went to space first,
It's true.
But yeah, just a lot of like Cal just like hanging out with these gorillas as they, as they go up into space, and then they have like, then they shoot their device from that space station and turn but is it all of Honolulu or just some people? Oh,
I think it's
99.97%. Yeah,
of Honolulu's.
Then next they try for Buenos Aires. Yeah, that's when we see it at the Watchtower. So John's looking normal. So I'm trying to remember. I'm like, did he get cured or did he finally figure out to shapeshift?
His annual doesn't happen until after this.
He's the last part. That's what I'm saying. So he's looking kind of normal. So I'm just like, did he finally figure out how to shapeshift?
Well, he did shapeshift for Kyle.
Yeah.
Once he teleported him, which
yeah. So Alan and Guy are on the Watchtower, and then we see the Metal Man. God. Yeah, Guy to asking Doc, what's it like to make out with a metal chick? I love he Doc just ignores him. Doc starts talking to Alan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna engage.
So yeah, I guess John finally finds them. So it's the Metal Men and Alan and Guy go up to the space station.
Now, do they kill all those apes on the space station? Because it looks like Kyle saved the grunts he was with, because we see them at the end of the book. But it looks like that ship crashed into the station, and there was a big giant explosion. So,
oh yeah, maybe
he's kind of bloodthirsty, though. It is war.
Hey man, you twisted my body, man. I can't help it. So Cal and with the rest of the apes start attacking. Alan, Guy, and the Metal Men. But then Jean teleports him in, posing as one of the apes. What he calls
Kyle's too smart for him.
Well, he calls him Cal, and he says, General Zolak would never call me Cal. None of my simian brethren know that when that name is not known to them.
Simian brethren. That's a phrase we should start using. My simian brethren.
Yeah, where's Coda when we need him? Harry, talk about my hairy simian brethren. Yeah. Oh man, this is the week we need Coda, man. This is for these ape issues. Oh. So John's like, I thought it would go easier this way. Yeah, he's like, Cal, listen to me. Yeah, then he shapeshifts to look like Cal. He's like, tell me who you are. Sets off all of Cal's memories. That's a nice montage page.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, Cal's normal because
it's magic wishing ring.
Well, yeah, thanks to John, he was able to. He subconsciously willed the ring to turn him back normal. So we could have just did that at the end of the JLA annual, right?
Yeah, just make me normal ring. Okay.
Because I remember reading these and I was like, are they going to find ways to turn back? I'm like, or is that stuff just going to wear off eventually? Or is it the gas
needed bat ape?
Or is it the gas that does not wear off?
Yeah. We really needed bat ape, but whatever.
What?
We should have got bat ape, right?
I know.
Wait, how close was this to what was the giant crossover that ran for over a year?
No Man's Land?
No Man's Land, yes. Was this around No Man's Land?
This is the year No Man's Land's happening. This is 1999, so...
Every time, I think I've mentioned this, but every time I bring up No Man's Land, I have to apologize to the creators of No Man's Land because I said it was such a stupid premise. But it's not. I mean, Katrina... Again, I apologize.
Batman, my favorite character.
Well, it's like I said during DC 1 million. It's like, this virus spreading across the planet. Oh, that's I used to think that was far-fetched.
That's nuts, man. Yeah.
So you know what? Again, I didn't reread the Batman Annual. It's been so many years, but that's probably why they set it in Bloodhaven instead of Gotham.
Oh, yeah, that makes
sense.
Because
the city's trashed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So John just said he unlocked Cal's memories. Your ape mind was repressing. Once I was able to stimulate desire, the ring took care of the rest.
Seems like that ring's pretty handy.
And I wonder how long Cal was an ape, or did he go get his battery?
Good point. Well, yeah, he wasn't.
Well,
he wasn't
again,
using it a whole lot,
I wonder how much he was using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so while the apes are battling the rest of them, that's when Cal comes shooting out. Cal says, "I'll take care of this." He's telling the apes, "Ceasefire. It's been enough death today." But yeah, you were saying this one was hard to read. For me, the story's always been hard to read. Just,
well, it does jump around quite a bit. He's on Earth and they're up in space, and you get these discussions between different apes that you're like, who the heck are these guys? Well, one of them's a technologist, one of them's a general, I guess, and yeah, it was a lot of characters that we had never seen before that we don't really see much again.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, the apes are locked up, and it almost seems like a prison camp, but.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't think I've ever read the Martian Manhunter Annual. I haven't felt the burning need, but I'm assuming maybe there's where they cure the population of Honolulu.
Maybe. And if you do feel the burning need, they do make prescriptions for that. So.
Ah!
I'm sure I've got it. I don't remember if I ever read it or not.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if I ever got the Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Martian Man. Oh my god, I might just have to
take them out and read them all. Yeah.
One day, if I just feel like punishing myself, I should go buy them or something.
Or you could watch, the worst superhero movie of all time.
Ooh, I still think I'd rather watch these.
Rather read
these, yeah. You know what? That might be another reason why it's not on the app, because I'm pretty sure they never collected these, like in one collection.
Yeah.
It's the right size. The issues, man. They could collect this.
Did they do a lot of... Marvel did, because they did Evolutionary War. That's got an omnibus. But I don't think DC collected the New Blood stuff. Did they?
I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing that. Yeah, I don't remember.
So they're big annual crossovers. The Elseworlds. So they did Elseworlds. They did the Pulp. They did the Pulp theme.
Yeah, they did it. They did like Year One stuff.
Year One, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever collected any of those.
I don't think they did. I could be wrong. They may have collected it in the individuals, but not as a thing alone unto itself.
But let's just admit it. The annual game at that point, Marvel was king. Between Evolutionary War, Atlantis attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about it. Evolutionary War. Even Elf got in on that.
Elf got in on it. But at this point, I don't think annuals were looked upon as much of anything by either.
Just the extra money, yeah.
Just throw some stories. We did the Wondercast,
yeah.
Man. And those two annuals, while not bad, they weren't up to the level of the the regular series.
Oh yeah, and they were both kind of just like there for events. Like that first one was just part three of a 4-part. Yeah, because I was looking at something today. Yeah, like I don't know if any of those really interacted that much, because like either part 1 or part 2 is Daredevil, and I'm like, I don't, and Deathlock's in. I'm like, I don't think they really interacted with Wonder Man.
Well, did they do Days of Future Present? Was that the X-Men one?
Yes, X-Men and Fantastic Four. Yeah, it was like X-Men, X Factor, New Mutants, and Fantastic Four. Yeah,
and, the Avengers had.
They had a few. They did the one with Terminus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the Terminus something.
Yeah, I forget. It was Terminus something. Yeah, and yeah. I know they did one the one year. It was like, what was the name of it? But it's something to do with Tyrannus and like the Subterraneans and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They did a few. Oh, what about Lifeform? Punisher, Daredevil, Hulk, and I think it ended in Silver Surfer. Just this entity, like I think somebody gets infected and just starts mutating into a monstrous form. Yeah, like Punisher thinks he kills the guy, and then he comes back in Daredevil, and then by the time he gets to the Hulk, he's basically giving the Hulk a run for his money, and then somehow he gets to space.
And then
Surfer.
he gives Surfer a run for his money. Yeah.
Oh, 90s, late 80s, early 90s annual events.
Yeah.
I remember, man. Remember that every summer, man, you get at least one annual event, if not a few little ones. It's like,
Well, and then I think the next issue, it seemed like both companies just stopped doing annuals. Not to, I think we have one more issue of Green Lantern, like annual number 9.
Yeah.
And then it stops, right?
Yeah, I think, until Rebirth, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, both companies, like, there's a couple years there. I don't think they did many or any annual, Well, Marvel, I could kind of see, because I think, the bankruptcy hit, and they were just, I think they were trying to think outside the box and stuff. And
they started replacing them with, like, the Secret Files and Origins.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I can't remember how many more of those. I know we have Green Lantern, Secret Files and Origins number 2 still to do, and was there a third one?
Wasn't there one post-Rebirth?
Oh, yeah, after Rebirth, yeah. But I'm saying before Rebirth, I think we got, 2 and maybe 3, and that's it on those.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we go. Should we get to the to our regular scheduled issue?
Let's get to that one, please.
By our regular team?
Apes. Yes,
right.
my simian brethren.
All right. Green Lantern, Volume 3, number 117 from October 1999. Found art. All right, so I know Will likes this. All right, so yes, writer, friend of the show, Mr. Ron Mars.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
You know what? Maybe I should reach out to him before, maybe as we get towards the end of his run, maybe have him back.
Yeah, that might be cool.
Either that or save him for like that arc right before Rebirth. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be good because that's really his
wrap up to everything.
Coda to the whole thing that he did with the series. So yeah,
that's an idea. All right. Penciler Daryl Banks, inker Terry Austin, colors Rob Schwager, letterer Chris Iliopoulos, and editors Kevin Dooley and Harvey Richards. Cal Rayner has finished the final painting for his upcoming art gallery show. He intends to bring this last piece to the gallery, but before that, he has to look after the Warriors Bar because Guy Gardner is out of town.
In Vegas.
I know, I was going to say, he's making a little Hellfire trip to Las Vegas. I love how, like, Mars even mentions, like, the fill-ins from, 115 to 116. Yeah. No mention of JLA, but yeah, he mentions that the Booster Gold and Plastic Man story. Shortly after, Cal has entered the bar. Sounds like a joke. Green Lantern walks into a bar. Shortly after Cal has entered the bar, he is attacked by a Manhunter, which normally is on display as memorabilia. Cal doesn't even have the line. He's like, I'm going to be the first JLA member to be killed by memorabilia.
Yeah.
Cal especially is annoyed because the Manhunter destroys his painting. The Manhunter's programming is to destroy all life, and Green Lantern has to fight hard to not get killed by a machine which was created by the Guardians. But after Cal took the fight outside the bar, he's able to decapitate the Manhunter. Because Cal is now in one piece, short for his gallery show, he takes the dented head of the Manhunter and uses it as an art piece. Who says I don't suffer for my art? When the gallery opening starts, even some members of the JLA are there. After talking to most of his guests, Cal wants to spend some time with Jade. But there's another guest present which Cal did not expect. Donna Troy!
Wait, who? I don't know. I don't remember this person that you're talking about.
Remember, she abandoned him after issue what, 90, 91? Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Before his many time travel treks.
That's true. Before DC 1 Million and Forward in Time to the Legion.
Emerald Knights.
Actually, and the Legion that he travels to is the Legion that we will be talking about.
Oh, that's right.
Not the classic Legion from the 50s to the 90s, but the reboot Legion, yes.
Unlimited Justice episode 36, kids. All right, so yes, Donna Troy's back. Oh no! How horrible for Cal. He has 2 hot girls. Oh no!
Now, had Titans been rebooted at this point? The JLA Titans series that dropped?
I know it. I believe it did start in '99. Here, let me pull up.
Because that was by Phil Jimenez, right?
Yeah,
and the art.
Yeah, Devin Grayson. Yeah,
and Devin Grayson doing the writing. That was an amazingly beautiful series. And those 3 covers all fit together.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still have the poster. It's huge.
Yes, William, by friend of the show, Devin Grayson.
Hi, this is Devin Grayson, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Nice.
No, I don't want Titans season 1. Here we go. Titans, ran from 1999 to 2003.
Because I think it was launched with that JLA Titans series, and then boom, started a new.
Yes. It ran for 50 issues. I have them all. Let me see. Titans. Here we go. March 1999. So Titans is up and running.
Okay, cool.
Because 117 is October 99. So so she should be like, oh, I'm with Roy Harper now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Well,
that.
they were getting together in this. I'm trying to remember by that point if they did get together. I can't remember, but that eventually happens. So, thoughts on this?
I'm a little concerned.
About?
Do we ever find out why the Manhunter got activated?
I don't think they ever come back to that, do they?
It's just, it seems kind of random, right?
Yeah.
And
well, again, Day of Judgment starts next week, so it's like got all that going on, and then Mars is out by 125, so.
Yeah, that's right. So he's only got 8 issues left. Wow. But I don't know. It just seemed kind of a random thing to pull out of GL's past, have him fight a Manhunter.
Yeah,
and we knew that painting was not going to last, right? I mean, we knew that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just like, I wonder. Again, I think we've discussed this before around events. I wonder if he needed another Dan Jurgens did the last 2 issues. If we needed another fill-in issue before Day of Judgment, it's just, and it's like, oh hey, if we use the Manhunter, that's like a classic GL villain.
Yeah. Plus, I mean.
And we already know where it's at. It's sitting in Warriors. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Not in spoilers, but Day of Judgment kind of becomes a GL event, right?
Yeah. Somebody has to hog the spotlight again. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
This fancy man.
I of course love Hal Jordan.
But that series by friend of the show.
Oh, you mean Mr. JMD Mateus? Is that who you're talking about?
This is J.M. DeMatteis, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Wow, we got a lot of friends!
They love us. They really love us.
That
series, yeah. I read the first half of it. I need to get back to it. But it was, of course it was well written because, look who the writer is.
Yeah.
But it was, I went into it not really wanting to like it.
Yeah.
Because Hal is the Spectre just doesn't make any sense to me, at all. But it was so well done. I was like, okay, this is good. This is really good.
I know, and even if you don't get back to it on your own, Will, you're gonna read the rest of it eventually.
I'm gonna get to finish it. Yeah, I know.
So, any other thoughts on this? I mean, it's a very good story. Again, of course, the art's incredible because it's Daryl Banks and everyone. Yeah. But it's just like, do we need another fill-in issue just to kill another month until Day of Judgment?
I mean, there doesn't seem to be a lot of continuing stuff. I mean, it's like it could, really happen at any time. You're right.
Yeah, the only thing that goes to the next issue is Donna Troy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it feels like a fill-in, but it's by the team. It's by the normal team, and it's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it. What was so before the Booster Gold 2-part? What was the story?
Oh, the effigy.
Yeah, and that kind of ended too. So I guess this is just...
Yeah, we did the 2-parter. Yeah, we did the 2-parter. Yeah, that kind of wrapped that up. Then we did that. Yeah, the 2-issue fill-ins. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if he just needed another month or.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know. It's It just feels.
Although, Will, when we got that fight at Warriors, we did manage to get that Hal Jordan statue on the cover there.
On the cover, I did notice that. I'm like, wait, what the?
Oh, was that subtle foreshadowing?
Perhaps. I guess they would know by this point, right? What the next issue coming up was. So yeah, this is a good issue. It's just that it feels.
Again, we're just giving Cal something to do for another month.
And and that's if I have a criticism of that is not related to Hal Jordan at all of this run of Green Lantern or the Mars Green Lantern is that a lot of the issues do feel like just done in one issues, and there's not a whole lot of connective tissue.
Yeah.
Across an arc. I mean, there's a lot of early change, as he gets up to speed and does that. But then, there's a lot of issues that, boom, we just have an issue where this happens, and they feel kind of like fill-in sometimes.
I would have been so curious to see what Ron Mars could have did with this book if he hadn't been saddled with a bunch of I mean, again, Green Lantern, you're going to have to go in the crossovers. But if he wasn't saddled with like crossovers, because the first 6 months of his run, he gets 0 Hour and and then we're trying to bail out Connor Hawk's book every 6 months or something.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, again, DC 1 Million was good. If we didn't have to worry about that, just
constant.
Had he never, I would have been so curious. Had they given him Kal Rayner and kind of kept him in his own separate corner. It's again, heroes can come in and out of Cal's book, but maybe not as part as like a massive crossover.
Well, I guess I'm also I was a little bit disappointed in the new core.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then, we immediately lose that ring, but we get it back in a little bit.
Well, not till Judd Winnick, so
yeah.
Like I said, I think it's like early 140s or some 130s or 140s. Yeah, so.
Hey, Phil, who had that ring?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I mean, when we get there, I haven't reread them yet, but I'm pretty sure it was
Batman, my favorite character. Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
But yeah, and again, it's like with new core and stuff like that, and like the annual we covered tonight, it's like as much good as Ron Mars does. That sometimes you like water it down with other people's like interpretations of Cal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like the annual. I don't want to say it was bad, but I think if like you came into that JLApe event and you weren't reading Green Lantern, it really didn't do anything to sell you on the ongoing series.
I would agree with that. Yeah. I mean, and I would say of what we read, I would say the same is true for the JLA Annual. And maybe I read the others, maybe I didn't. I don't remember it. But I would be willing to guess that was possibly true, for the other annuals too. Because I don't think any of the regular teams worked on these annuals. Yeah, I mean, if Mark Waid's doing the Flash Annual, that's going to be awesome, right? If Grant Morrison's doing the JLA Annual, that's probably going to be awesome,
yeah,
too.
But it wasn't Grant Morrison on the JLA Annual. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think most of these annuals weren't by the regular teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm wondering. I'm like, how Mars didn't mention this anywhere in his regular run. I don't know if any of the regular books mention this because I don't. Oh no. Here it is. The Flash one was by Gustin, Brathwaite, and Riggs. So yeah, it wasn't Wade. So that's what I was gonna say. Any of the regular books I was reading, they never mentioned these annuals. Oh, you know who did the Superman annual? Abnett and Lanning.
Oh, that I like those guys.
So you might want to check that out. Yeah, Superman Annual 11.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. That's cool. Oh, we're approaching Our World's at War, though, aren't we?
Yeah, I believe it's after. I know it's after Mars leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not nearly as fun as an ape war. We get just all out war.
All right. Anything else?
Good times.
You know what? It's okay. This is a slow week. We're going to build up because next 2 weeks,
we got stuff happening.
Oh yeah. All right. So, yes. In one.
Speaking of the next 2 weeks, Phil, what have we got coming up?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, William. Yes, next week we're going to be starting Day of Judgment with Day of Judgment 1 through 3 and Green Lantern 118.
Cool.
And then 2 weeks from today, we will be covering Day of Judgment 4 and 5, JLA 35, and Green Lantern 119.
Excellent.
Yes, because, that JLA Annual and the Green Lantern 119, someone shows up and shows off his new clothes.
Wonder who that could be, Phil.
I don't know. It's hard to remember.
That's a pretty good joke, actually.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See? Got to read them, kids. They get at you.
That's right.
I'm looking here. The last episode, we'll record it before then, but no, the last episode of October will be the last of Mars.
Oh, cool. Now, am I remembering this correctly?
So
we know Wally wants to have a secret life, so his identity gets magically fixed by the Spectre. But that's when John started writing the Flash, right? Or
it was in the middle of John's run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's basically been writing the Flash for a while at this point then.
Yeah, because he jumped on, I think it was like 160, might have been the late 160s. Yeah, the whole memory thing happens in 200, and then John stays on for, I think, at least until 225. So, it's kind of like in the mid, like almost right in the middle of his run. Mm-hmm. Why did you want to add that to the list, Will?
No, I
was going to say well, you know who only shows up at the end of that story, so.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about Wade on Flash. Wade, during this point, Wade's not on Flash anymore. John's is.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. Right, yeah, we're at with Green Lantern right now, yeah.
Interesting, because I've got a lot of those. I do remember liking the kind of the Johns era because he got a lot more, Keystone and Central City. Keystone was, working class, and, there was a lot of kind of really cool stuff going on during the Flash. I mean, of course, Wade's run was awesome as well, but this was different. And I think Scott Collins was doing the art, and it had a really different look.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I remember. I mean, I loved Wade's run, but I also loved... oh, wait a minute. No. We might still be in Mark Wade's Flash. No, hold on. Oh, no, that's right. We are in Wade's run because Walter West.
That's right. Yeah, during that JLA issue, yeah.
Yeah, so we are still... No, because I just looked up October 1999. Yeah, Flash 153. Yeah, we're in the middle of the Walter West run. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still a few more months.
Yeah.
Until Johns takes over. Gotcha. And then he, of course, uses the Spectre because he's writing Day of Vengeance, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking... Yeah, I think it's like maybe like another... I think it was in 2000 Jeff Johns took over, maybe. I wonder if I can find his first... Like I said, I know it's like mid or late 160s of Flash, so... see, I'm going to push my ADD buttons. Come on. Might hope I can spell. What is the first...
Had they... And I'm going to push your ADD buttons even some more. Had they abandoned the triangle numbers on the Superman books yet?
Maybe. If not... Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because I think they did a whole thing where they switched creative teams. It was either in 99 or 2000. Yeah, if not before, I know by 2000, I'm pretty sure they abandoned triangle numbers when they got all new creative teams and stuff.
And it's funny because the Legion started using L numbers so you could read between Legion of Superheroes and Legionnaires in a proper order. And 3 or 4 months out from where we're reading, like 6 months after 0 hour. So there you go.
Yes.
We're going back in time a little bit.
Jeff Johns' first issue is Flash Volume 2, number 164 from September 2000.
Ah, okay, cool.
So the issues we were doing tonight, we're about a year out almost from Johns starting his run.
Awesome.
All right. So anything else?
Nope. We got Day of Vengeance coming up in the next 2 weeks. What about looking out, a bit further down the line?
All right. Yeah. Well, I was counting up, counting next week's episode. We only have 5 more weeks of Ron Mars on here until he comes back at the end of the series. Yeah. So yeah, Day of Judgment, next 2 weeks. In 3 weeks, Green Lantern 120 and Green Lantern Secret Files and Origins number 2. And then Green Lantern 121 through 124. And then, like I said, the last episode for October will be Green Lantern 125 through 128. So it'll basically be, Ron Mars's last issue, and I think like maybe 2 or 3 fill-ins. So.
And then Winnick takes over shortly after that.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, I think before then, yeah, we have because after that, Ron Mars's last episode, yeah, we got Green Lantern 80-page giant number 3. And we'll do Annual 9 that week too, and then we'll do Circle of Fire.
That's Brian K. Vaughan, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
The writer.
So we're gonna do Circle of Fire between Mars and Winnick. So
Winnick's right. Cool. Lots of good Green Lantern stuff coming up.
Yes, sir. All right, kids. So send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Sector 2814, The Green Lantern Podcast, on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Green Lantern Facebook fan group. Find links to all the various social medias for all our shows, all the Facebook fan groups. The YouTube channel, once again, everything we do gets a video, so tune in and find out how September's going while Lilith Hellfire's away. Smash that
about as well as you would expect.
All those boys making a mess of this house. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of it.
Smash it!
All right, and most importantly, of course, please, if you can, subscribe to the Patreon. Every little bit helps. We're paying for this out of our own pocket, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And Will's favorite superhero movie brackets. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen for Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For is already up. As Will knows, next episode will be The Phantom vs. the Spirit.
That's pretty obvious.
I gotta rewatch. I can't remember either one of them, so I'm gonna have to do the rewatch. My mind blanked that out. And then in October will be Spawn vs. Meteor Man.
It was a protective mechanism, Phil.
Exactly. Oh, when we had to watch Elektra, that's like the first time I think I got through that movie without falling asleep. I never fall asleep during movies, but most times when I've tried to watch Elektra, I've fallen asleep. Again, safety. All right, kids, and please pick yourself up Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merchandise. Keep your banana milkshakes there, kids.
Yeah.
So find it all at Linktree, lanktr.ee/Capes and And remember, speaking of hairy primates, we're still waiting for the return of our good friend Matt Kona. So find him on all social medias, all through the cosmos, at Matt Kona, MATTKONA. Yes, come back soon, my friend.
Suck it, Lilith. When he gives me his bone. See you later, bunkies.
All right, Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the Quantum Zone, master of the Kickstarter comics, master of podcasting. Where can people get a hold of you?
Well, all of my simian brethren can find me at WALLRED. That's at Allred at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and other social media that I probably forgot that I set up. Also, you can find Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. We just finished successfully funding the 4th issue, which is going to be going to print soon. So that's pretty cool. And if you want to check out some other work that I've done, Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com is another place. And Phil is not the only person that I inflict myself upon weekly. I co-host Explain Yourself with Kevin Joseph, where every Friday night we talk to Kickstarter comic creators about their current projects that are on Kickstarter, or any crowdfunding platform for that matter. And then I think that, and if you're listening to this, then you have great taste, so therefore you also probably love Quasar. And if you want to find out more about Quasar, you can always go to the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
Hey, apes, you look at the party? I love the party.
He goes
Come party with us, my simian brethren.
I am God.
Oh yeah, I would assume in the Martian Manhunter Annual too, they probably defeat Grodd. Probably.
I would hope so. Maybe.
Even though you really don't see in the annuals we read, you really don't see him at all. I mean, I'm trying to remember. Did he show up?
I think we saw him in the JLA one, and that was it.
Yeah, but not a ton. You know, it
was like sitting in a chair, thinking bad things.
Oh yeah. Well, don't we all? All right.
As we do.
Thank you for joining us, kids. Angry gorillas, manhunters, creeping ex-girlfriends. Oh my! But it's gonna get a lot better in the next 2 weeks, kids. Day of Judgment.
Something happens. I don't know what.
We're gonna learn the final fate, the somewhat final fate of someone's favorite character.
Semi-final.
Gets a new wardrobe. It's a new job. All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, watch Leaving Here tonight. Don't be slipping on any banana peels. Good night.
Hi, I'm Russell.
And I'm Justin.
And we're from the
Hold up. Listen up, you nerds. Tired of being a little goody two-shoes? Had enough of always talking about acts of courage and heroism? Well, you have come to the right place, I guess. Tomes of Evil is the comic book supervillain podcast, where every month we do a deep dive on a different comic book supervillain, as well as multiple sub-series on some of the most iconic foes of all time, including Darkseid, Doctor Doom, Scarecrow, and...
Name's Hobgoblin, and you're right on time for your funeral.
I better be getting paid for this. So what are you guys waiting for? Bring on the bad guys.
Tomes of Evil, a comic book villain podcast.